Welcome to Balance Body and Beyond. Thank you for joining me today on this gorgeous spring day. Our practice today is going to put our primary focus on stretching and strengthening our lower back along with our hips. Those areas are all intertwined. So as we work through our back and hips, we get a full core practice. And if you're having any stiffness or tightness, I think you'll really like the practice. So roll out your mat and let's put attention into the hips and lower back. We're going to begin laying on our backs. And let's just stretch our arms out overhead. And take a sigh. Let go of any stress, worries, or tension. Hopefully that will dissipate as we move along. And then wrap your arms behind your legs and just give those legs a big hug into the body. Now, if you want to open up space in the lower back, you can lift your tailbone up a little bit and rock side to side. And that just feels good. To get some warmth moving in the body, we're going to start with some really slow bridges. Place the soles of our feet flat on the mat and just let your arms rest alongside your body. Spread your toes wide and feel all four corners of your feet pressing into the mat. And I want you to really slowly peel up one vertebrae at a time, lifting up to a bridge. Now, if you have any pain associated with this, you just stop as high as the hips can go and then lower down with awareness, one vertebrae at a time. So you're going to be doing a pelvic scoop as you lift your hips and you lower your hips. Good. Now, you don't have to move in time with me. You can move in your own pace. You might like the sensation of holding the bridge, holding that hip lift. You can stay there. But while we do these bridges, moving the hips up and down, you're starting to awaken the muscles on the back side of the body, your posterior chain, your hamstring, into your glutes and into your lower back. We're going to hold our bridge. And while holding this bridge, we're just going to do some single arm overhead reaches. Now, as you reach your arms overhead, we're going to benefit from warming up through the shoulders. But we're also creating instability in this bridge because we have moving body parts. And when we create instability, our muscles have to work a little harder. And maybe you feel that. You have to brace a little harder. We'll try one more on each arm. Perfect. Lower your hips down. And now pick your knees up. And we have a 90-degree bend in the knees. We're going to take our hands and just place them over our kneecaps. And we're going to guide these legs into a circle. Yep, so you're going to straddle the legs, separate, and then pull together, right? The legs are moving independently. Let's change directions of our circle. Lubricating the ball and socket joint of the hip. And you're using, once again, those abdominal muscles. All right, bring the knees together. Now straighten the legs. We're going to do little leg flutters. So we'll start with just small flutters like this. Now we're going to incorporate some core muscles by lowering the legs. You're going to drift those legs as close to the mat as you can. And when that happens, you'll feel a really strong tug in your core muscles. So we are strengthening our core muscles. Part of giving our back and hips relief is by developing core strength. Okay, we're going to work the legs back up over the body. Bend the knees once again. And now send our arms a little wider. We'll windshield wiper the legs side to side. As the legs go to the side, I want you to turn your head, look away from the knees. It's a really wonderful lower back release. the same time incorporating core strength, which I am a huge advocate of. Ooh, my back just cracked. That felt really nice. Yeah, make sure you're looking away from your knees. I'm turning my head to look to the camera. Super. Bring your knees back up over your hips. We're going to reset the bridge. We're getting back into the hips again. So we'll elevate the hips. Now our feet are hip width distance apart. If you take your fingertips, see if you can reach for your feet. I'm walking my feet in just a little closer. And from here, we're going to lift our leg up, and then we're going to sweep in a circular pattern. Now we did the hip circles earlier, right on our back, flat on our back, and now I'm doing them from a bridge. Change directions. Ooh, really nice. All right, hold, and let's try those hip circles on the other side. Now, if this became too uncomfortable for you or it's just too strenuous, you can let your hips rest on the ground and do these circles. Don't feel like you're forced to do exactly what I'm doing. Change directions. You need to accommodate your body for what you're ready for. And just because you did it yesterday, you may not be able to do it today. One more circle. And hold. Bring both feet down. Now those hips are really loosening up. Lower your hips, and we're going to take butterfly. Bring the soles of your feet together and place your palms to the inner thighs. Let the hips relax. You can stay here and sit with this, or you can begin lifting the hips and bridge and then lowering down. So lifting and lowering feels really nice. Long, deep breaths. I prefer to breathe in and out of my nostrils. Slows down my heart rate and my respiration rate. And it does make you use 100% of your breathing capacity when you're inhaling and exhaling out of the nostrils. Now it's hard to talk and do that, but with your lips drawn together, try it, see how that feels. Excellent. All right, hips come down. Hug one knee into the chest, and let's roll on up into a seated position. So I'm going to face you all and send my heels wide. And with my heels wide, I'm going to access some hip mobility as I go side to side. Now, this is kind of what I refer to as my base movement. To make this a little more challenging, I'm going to sit taller, and I'm going to bring my arms up. And I can make this even bigger by twisting and looking over my shoulder and getting a little more rotation. Ooh, that lovely breeze. Spectacular day. Tomorrow it's supposed to rain all day, so I'm taking it in today for sure. Now what you might find, which is what's happening to me, I'm kind of retching off my mat, but we'll just take one more twist and get our bodies reset. Awesome. We're going to sit tall and cross your left leg in front of your right. So we're going to kind of take an easy pose here. If you sit on a pillow or a blanket, that's going to lift your hips higher. It'll help let the knees lower down if you have tight hips. So if you have tight hips, I would suggest sitting on something elevated. And from here, we'll do just a little lateral flexion of the spine. Take a little peek under your arm, side to side. So working on spinal mobility is really important in helping relieve back pain. So we're taking some lateral flexion here. And now we're going to bring both arms up. We're going to do a little twisting. We're going to look over one shoulder, turn your head, look back behind you. Inhale up, exhale down. So yeah, this practice is going to be fairly gentle. Not super leg heavy, but a lot of core work, a lot of rotating and twisting from our spine, hip opening, All good things to help give our lower back and our hips some relief, comfort, and to help get stronger. Good, arms come up and forward fold. In this forward fold, you're gonna tuck your chin in, let the top of your head drop down, and then roll on up. Arms come overhead, and we'll try that one more time. Now, all these exercises we've just done with our legs crossed, our left leg was in front of the right. Just keep that in mind, because in a moment we're gonna switch and do some more cross-legged exercises. So just to give yourself a little variation, take your right leg in front of the left. And that should just feel different. Okay? Does it feel any different to you? We're gonna do some head circles here. Drop your chin in, and then rotate your head in a circular pattern. Try to stay relaxed. When you're ready, change directions of your circle. Yeah, just allowing a different leg to be in front with our legs crossed. It just makes the hips position themselves a little differently. So it's good to do both. So we're doing both. Good, looking forward. We're gonna send our arms open, palms to the sky, bowing, knuckles together, chin in. Inhale, open. Exhale, bow. We'll try one more. Well done. Open and hold. We're gonna turn, still seated on our mat, extending the legs in front. We're gonna begin to try to loosen up through the hamstrings. Cross your right leg over your left, and you're gonna tip forward. And the stretch you wanna feel right now is in the back side of the bottom leg. Right here, pull your toes up to your nose, take a big stretch. Now tuck your chin in, see how that feels. Letting the top of your head drop towards your knees. Very different sensation. Good. Lift up tall. We're gonna take the top leg and we're gonna bend it. Now start with just dropping your forehead down towards your knee. So that's a pretty intense stretch for some folks. Relax your shoulders. From here, you're gonna try to lift your straight leg up and down. Now that I know is not going to work for everybody, but see what you can do. You might have to lift your head up a little bit in order to lift the leg, and you can try that if that's what's necessary for you. But that's going to put a lot of work into your quadricep. It's also just going to reveal some muscle imbalances that you might have. I know this side of my body, when I lift the leg, is so much more challenging than the other side. Good. Hold here. Lift your chin up. We're going to cross this bent knee over the body, over the bottom leg, sorry. Hug onto that leg and look over your shoulder, a seated spinal twist. Take some big breaths. As you exhale, just release. You could stay here like this. You could reach up with your left arm, hook it on the outside of your elbow. You could simply hug this leg really tight. Just see where you can get that stretch on the outside of your hip. All right, and then we're gonna take that bent knee, rotate the foot behind you, and lean back. You can drop onto your elbows, your forearms. Some folks have the ability to lay flat on their back, but what I want you to really pay attention to is pushing this knee down into the mat. If you feel that knee popping up, then that is a signal that you should lift your chest, and from here, actively push that knee down. Excellent. Let's sit tall, straighten out both legs. We'll do that same sequence on the other side. So cross your left leg over your right. Flex both feet, but particularly the bottom leg, flex that foot and lean forward. I like initially to keep my spine long. And when you feel like you're ready to drop your chin down and start drawing your forehead towards your knee, that's just going to feel different. Long spine versus rounded spine. Both have their own set of benefits. Good. Let's rise up. Bend the knee. Sole your foot flat. Start dropping your forehead down. You could let the foot drift closer to your knee or closer to your hip. Find the sweet spot for you. And then lift the straight leg up and down. It's quite amazing how one side feels so different from the other, but it is the human body. And again, if you need to lift your head, you can. I tend to get carried away doing more reps on the side I'm more comfortable with, but I'm not going to do that today. Let's just do one more leg lift. And then lift your chest, reset, draw the leg over, hug onto the bent knee, and rotate. Stay here, or hook your elbow to the outside of your thigh. Look to your back hand. Really nice. Continue taking those big breaths. On the exhalation, we relax. And for the final stretch in the sequence, rotate your foot back. Hands move behind you. Try to keep this bent knee pushing down into the mat. Work down to your forearms. Ah, stupendous. All right, come on up. We're gonna roll onto our hands and knees in our tabletop position. We're gonna take some big hip circles here, drawing your belly in. So what I see a lot of when I coach to my folks is they'll kind of do this position. I want you to round, draw the belly in, and then circle the hips. Change directions of your circle. We're getting a nice mobility drill for our wrists here in these big circles. I love that. Okay, let's send our right leg off to the side. We'll do some hip rocks, stretching the inner thigh, opening up our hips. Again, working through the hips, working through the lower back. Right? You might not have the ability to deep bend through the knee. You can tuck the toe under to see what suits you. And for a little strengthening work while we're here, we're going to take that straight leg and lift and lower. Lift and lower. That's some work there. All right, now this straight leg is going to swing all the way behind, and you're going to tuck it behind your left leg and push your hips back. You can drop your forehead down. You might shift your weight to one side. You might pull this front foot out more. I want you to discover the stretch for your body. If you're not feeling it, keep moving until you feel it. Okay, rock forward, untangle the legs, and now we'll extend the left leg out to the side and rock front to back with that left leg out. Nice. Very stretchy, stretchy. Hold still. Now that straight leg that's to the side, it's going to lift and lower. Now, I don't know if you noticed it, but I noticed it. As soon as I started lifting this leg, my whole body shifted off to the right. So I'm just trying to navigate my way through to press through all 3 points of contact, my 2 hands and my grounded knee, and try my best not to lean. And that's all we can do is try our best. All right, one more leg lift. Now swing that straight leg all the way back behind you. Cross the legs and find your sweet spot of a stretch. Yeah, you can move a little bit. Just because you come into one stretch from one body position doesn't mean you have to stay there. A little self-discovery goes a long way. All right, let's untangle. Come to our knees, and now we're gonna realign, coming into child's pose. Now you are good and warm by now, so hopefully by the time you have found this child's pose, you're able to really relax into it. Work on those deep breaths. Feel the flow of air coming in and out through your nostrils. I'm going to rise up into a kneeling position. I'm going to stay on our knees. We're going to bring our arms up, palms together, pointer fingers to the ceiling, taking a little side bend, looking under our arm, center, and then switch. One more side to side. Very nice. Hold in the center. We're going to draw one leg forward. Let's just choose our left leg. And when you do that, you're going to step off the mat. And this is going to be much more forgiving into your hip and the hip capsule. So with that leg off to the side, we're going to circle again. Big circles, but your foot is off to the side. So it's a hip opening position, adding a little mobility work, caressing through the ball and socket joint. Change directions. Awesome. Switch out legs. You can come all the way up to a tall kneeling position in order to get that right foot to come forward, off to the side of your mat, and circle. Again, working on stretches, strengthening, and postures, change directions that all give our hips and lower back some relief and strength. Taking a pause here, bring both knees to the mat, tall kneeling position, and we'll sweep our left leg now in front. Arms are going to come overhead, palms together. We're going to make a T-frame, adding a little twist here. Look back behind you, and then rise back up. Twist. Mobility for our entire spine here. Hips are square. Loosening through our neck as we rotate our head. One more. Hold, and from here we're going to take a hamstring stretch by simply extending the leg and coming forward. When our hamstrings are tight, do you know what that causes? A whole lot of discomfort in our lower back. So we always have to focus on lengthening hamstrings as part of our back relief sequence. Awesome. Switching legs out. Right leg pulls forward. Tuck the tailbone under, secure your hips with a strong pelvic tilt, arms overhead, And then we rotate, T-frame arms, turn your head, look back behind you. Inhale, lift. Exhale. And it takes some strength to stay balanced in this half kneeling position if you haven't noticed it. Arms overhead and hold. Let's lengthen out the leg, tip forward, and take a pause in your half kneeling hamstring stretch. Wonderful job. Guess what? We're going to sit down. We are wrapping up this practice. We'll end in a straddle here, position we haven't taken yet. So opening up our hips a little bit, sitting nice and tall. Now just flex your feet, toes point up. Feel good? Arms out, and we'll do a little stretch, reaching to the inside of our foot to start. Hopefully things have loosened up. And you've gotten some good ideas of movements and postures that feel good on your body that maybe you can just do on your own, or chime into my channel and keep practicing. We're going to take a stretch on each side, and it's going to look like this. You're going to swing your left arm under and take your right arm over and just kind of hang here and hold. Now the goal would be to drop your shoulder down towards your thigh, stretch out that top arm, and you can turn your head and take a gaze upward. Slowly rise and switch sides. See if we can just hang there. And slowly rise. Cross your legs. Suck in whatever fresh air is around you. Inhale. Palms joined together. Feeling restored, refreshed, renewed, and ready to rock and roll. Namaste, my friends. Just remember to hit like, hit subscribe, give me any feedback, something you want to see more of, and I'll see what I can do. Thanks for joining me today. Have a great day.